Is now a good time, Narina? I have some good news I want to tell you.
Oh, hi, Flavio. Good news? What is it?
My sister got engaged!
Oh, that is quite the good news. So Morella is finally about to get married too, huh? Is she going to marry that guy?
Yep, she's gonna marry Primo, the guy she's been going out with since high school. He finally paid back all of his student loan and saved up a bit of money, so he says it's about time for them to get married.
I see. Now that you mention it, those two have been going out for 10 years now, right? It must be quite the milestone for the two of them. To think that they're finally going to get married.
Yeah. I mean, Primo is an orphan and was raised in a facility, and he doesn't even have any relatives he can rely on. This must mean so much to him because now he's finally going to officially have family of his own. He said that he didn't want to be a burden financially on Morella, which is why he didn't propose to her until now when he finally became able to fully support the two of them.
He's kind and hardworking, so I'm sure he'll make a great husband.
Yep, I hope that's the case for Morella's sake as well. That's not all I wanted to tell you, though. Apparently, he's going to be visiting my parents' house again to ask for their permission for the marriage. He says he wants you to be there as well since you're my fiancé.
Oh, I'm flattered.
Could you keep your schedule open for Sunday afternoon? We can go together to our house once we're finished with the meeting for our wedding ceremony.
Yep. I'll be more than happy to come.
I mean, my family and Primo have already met multiple times, so he's really only going to pay a visit because it's custom, though. There's no way my parents are going to disagree to this marriage.
It's fine if he's just going to visit because it's a custom. It's probably his way of starting a new chapter in his life.
Yep, I get what you mean. I'll tell you about the details later on.
Yep, got it.
Hi, Narina. Thanks for coming to our house today.
Yep, I had a wonderful time. Looks like the meeting with your parents went peacefully from start to finish, just like you said, huh?
Oh, yeah. My parents have always liked Primo, and I wouldn't have expected the meeting with them to go anything but peacefully. Still, though, well...
Is there something on your mind?
I mean, the wedding ceremony.
Huh? The wedding ceremony? Oh, he said that he wanted to have a small-scale wedding ceremony with just his friends and family, right?
Yes, that's exactly what's bothering me. As Morella's brother, I wanted to have a proper wedding at a wedding venue with a considerable number of people invited. I don't want her wedding and our wedding to be compared by other people in the future, you know?
I mean, what they want is a small-scale wedding, right? It's not for us to decide what kind of wedding they're going to have, I think. Besides, it's not like a small-scale wedding is necessarily inferior to a large-scale wedding. What matters the most is what the two of them want.
Huh? Don't you think you're being a bit too cold? This is my sister's wedding you're talking about, you know?
Really? I mean, I want them to have the best wedding possible as well, but it's not really me to decide what exactly the best wedding for them is.
Don't you think that you want to help my sister out or something? You say that that's the kind of wedding they want to have, but in reality, I'm sure Primo just doesn't have the money to have a large-scale wedding.
Sure, Primo was an orphan raised in a facility, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's still poor, you know? I mean, it's been several years since he graduated from college and found a job. Besides, I heard that they're going to start making detailed plans for the wedding starting from today. I mean, I think the two of them already have some sort of image for their wedding, and I heard he told you this, but I don't really think it's for us to decide how their wedding is going to go. The best thing to do would be just to stand by and help them or give them advice when they ask us for it.
Yeah, but as Morella's brother, I wanted to have the best wedding ceremony possible.
Yeah, I get that, but it's not for us to decide what kind of wedding they should have. We're not quite seeing eye to eye right now, but why don't we just stand by and let them do their own thing for now? I don't think getting too involved in their wedding is a good idea. You really need to stop acting like only you know what's best for your sister. She can decide things on her own, you know.
What? But I'm sure this is what Morella herself wants as well. She's probably going to say something about how she wants to plan her own wedding and how they want it to be a small-scale one. But in reality, she's probably going to only say that to hide the fact that Primo just doesn't have the money to throw a proper wedding.
Like I said, I don't think it's a good idea to get that involved. Both Morella and Primo are responsible adults, so I'm sure everything will be fine.
All right, I'll think a bit more about this.
Narita? I think I'm going to have a problem with this. I'm grateful that you want us to have the best wedding possible, but this is just going too far. What? What's the matter, Morella? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm talking about the wedding venue. My brother told me that you two were going to hand over the wedding venue you made a reservation for 2 months ago, and even the wedding dress you guys were going to rent to me and Primo. What? Not only that, but he said that he was going to pay for all the other expenses as well. He said that you can have an even more luxurious wedding than the two of you were originally planning, and that he'd give me an extra 20,000 euros. Huh? 20,000 euros? Me and Primo already have plans for our wedding, so I'm afraid we won't be able to accept this. It's not that we're planning a small-scale wedding because we don't have the money to throw a larger one, but it's partly because Primo doesn't have any family of his own. Don't you think that he'd get a bit lonely if a bunch of my relatives came to my wedding when he has no one like that himself? Wait. Hold on, Morella. You say that you guys only have our best interests in mind, but this is just going too far. We want to plan our own wedding ourselves. Please, try not to get too involved. I wasn't told anything about this. What do you mean we're going to give you our wedding venue and an extra 20,000 euros on top of that? You said your brother Flavio told you this, right? Yes. He not only says that you agreed to it, but he even said that you were the one who proposed it in the first place. But I never agreed to doing anything like that. Heck, he never even told me about it. I was actually trying to stop Flavio because it sounded like he was going to try and get involved in yours and Primo's wedding. Really? I think of you like my own sister, Morella, but I wouldn't go so far as to give you my own wedding ceremony. I see. I mean, that's only going to cause you guys trouble, right? To tell you the truth, it will. I see. So this was all my brother's doing. I guess if you think about this a bit more carefully, you're not the kind of person that would do something like that, huh? Sorry, I just panicked when Flavio told me this and assumed that this was your idea. Sorry for getting all mad at you. I was so surprised when my brother suddenly came to me and told me about how he was going to give the wedding ceremony that was supposed to be yours to us. I tried to refuse, but he kept insisting. He even said something about how I didn't have to hide the fact that I actually wanted to have a proper wedding, because he's my brother or something. I see. Flavio was always the kind of person that wouldn't take no for an answer. Yep. He often comes up with these plans on his own that he thinks are a good idea, and sets it into motion without telling anyone else. But more often than not, it only just causes the people around him trouble. It looks like this is one of those again. Yeah, and at times like these, I tried to stop him from doing anything before he can even start. But it seems that this time he messed up real big since it was your wedding, a major event in your life that was on the line. Sorry, you must have been really surprised when he told you all of this, right? No, don't apologize. You did nothing wrong, Narina. I'm the one who should apologize to you for my brother's actions. Anyways, I think I'm going to have to talk to Flavio about this. Yes, thank you. I'm sorry we had to make you go through this trouble. Narita? Did you already confront my brother about giving us your wedding? No, I haven't yet, actually. Sorry, but could you wait a bit longer? I contacted Primo just now, and he's saying it's completely unbelievable. I'm sorry to say this, but I think this is even worse than we initially thought. Huh? You contacted Primo? What did he tell you? I know this is really sudden, but could me and Primo visit you in person right now? I'm pretty sure we're going to have to give you an apology, so I want to talk to you in person. That's fine with me, but... Thanks. I'm really sorry, but I'll tell you about it when we get there. We're going to be there in an hour. Got it.
Narina! There's something I want to tell you. We're gonna give our wedding...
You were going to give our wedding to Marilla and Primo, right?
Oh, you already heard about it from her. We're gonna give them our wedding, and not only that, but I want it to be even more luxurious than we originally planned. Which means I'll need you to give them an extra 20,000 euros.
The two of them don't want you to do this, so could you just stop? Wait, hold on. Why am I the one that's going to give them 20,000 euros? You're the one who came up with this. Not that I'm agreeing to give them the wedding ceremony that was supposed to be ours, though.
Huh? What do you mean they don't want me to do this? Why wouldn't they want me to do this? I mean, you and Marilla have similar body structure, so you should be able to use the wedding dress that was supposed to be yours as well.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm trying to say that Marilla and Primo don't want you to give them our wedding ceremony in the first place. Marilla and Primo came to me yesterday to ask me to do something about this. Apparently, you told them that I was the one who came up with the idea of giving them our wedding?
Well, I thought that it would mean more to them if they thought that you were the one who came up with this, and not me.
Huh? I think you made this mean a bit too much to them, and not in a good way.
Yeah, but think about this more carefully. Morella's future husband is someone who can only throw a small-scale wedding because he's too poor.
Huh? What made you think Primo was poor? Sure, he may have been poor growing up since he was an orphan, but it's already been several years since he graduated college and got a job. Use your head a bit more, Flavio.
Huh? But of course he's still poor. That's how the world works, Narina. I mean, he was so poor that he had to take out a student loan to go to college. Morella was kind enough to ignore that fact and accepted Primo despite his poverty. Don't you think that it's only natural for me then to want to help them in any possible way? I'm doing this for my adorable little sister, so don't get all selfish, alright?
How exactly am I being selfish? You're the only one who was just assuming that Primo is poor and making a big deal out of it. Everyone else is rolling their eyes at you right now. Do you not even notice that? No one thinks that giving Marilla and Primo our wedding ceremony is a good idea except you.
Yeah, but I already set this plan into motion, so there's no point trying to argue anymore. I already told the wedding venue that we were going to cancel our wedding ceremony, but to still make us pay for it. I told them that my sister was going to throw our wedding ceremony there instead of us.
Huh? You what? Does that mean that you canceled our marriage without even telling me anything about it?
Come on, Narina. You make it sound like I did something bad. All I did was make sure that my sister would be able to have the kind of wedding ceremony she actually wanted. Me and you can just postpone our wedding ceremony and have it when we save up some money again. Primo, on the other hand, won't be able to do the same because he's so poor.
Are you seriously still saying that? Besides, did you forget that we already sent everyone wedding invitations?
Oh, that's right. Thanks for reminding me. Could you tell everyone we sent a wedding invitation to about the situation?
Huh? Why are you making me do everything when this was your idea? Do it yourself. And do you seriously think that you can get away with just telling everyone that our wedding ceremony is going to be canceled?
We're not canceling it. We're just going to postpone it. I mean, all you have to do is tell them that our wedding ceremony is going to be postponed. What's so difficult about that?
Is that so? So that's your stance. Fine. I don't care.
Nice. Well, I just texted you to tell you that we were going to give Morella and Primo our wedding. So that's it, I guess.
All right, but in exchange for that, I'm going to be asking for an alimony.
Huh? An alimony? For what?
I don't want to marry you anymore. I just can't keep up with all your crazy antics.
Huh? What are you suddenly saying, Irina? Hey, what do you mean you're going to cancel our marriage? Is this why you said you're going to ask me for an alimony? Are you seriously that mad that we had to postpone our wedding ceremony?
There are a lot of things I want to tell you, but since now I know about your real intentions, I no longer want to marry you. That's all there is to it.
Huh? If that's the case, then you're the one who should be paying me an alimony. The person who proposed the marriage cancellation should be the one to pay.
You're cheating on me with a woman named Lucia, right?
Huh? I don't know who you're talking about.
I heard that Lucia works for Primo at his company.
Primo is Luisa's boss?
You idiot. Do you realize you just admitted to cheating on me? Well, not that it matters, I guess, since I already have proof. You see, apparently Primo saw you and Lucia holding hands while entering a love hotel several times while he was on his way home from work. He didn't want to jump to any conclusions, so he first asked one of the other female employees to do some investigation for him. But apparently the two of you met at a party and that you two were going out on the basis of eventually getting married? Not only that, but apparently she was pregnant with your child and she was planning on telling the company about it soon.
No, that's not true. Me and Luisa aren't going out. We're just friends, you see.
Just stop trying to deny it already. There's no point. Anyways, I heard that soon after Primo found out about this, you started talking about how you were going to give our wedding to him and Morella. In Primo's own words, the woman he was cheating on you with became pregnant, and so he needed to buy time to decide which one of you he was going to marry. He probably just wanted a reason to cancel your wedding ceremony and used me being poor as an excuse. Not only that, but he said that you asking me to pay 20,000 euros was another tactic to distract me from the truth and buy time. This is the hypothesis that Primo came up with, and I'm pretty sure what he's saying is spot on. So was he correct? Oh, and I forgot to tell you, but I also met with this Lucia as well.
You met her?
Yeah, I thought that I had seen her somewhere before. And apparently she was an underclassman at the college I went to. Apparently she asked you out, but you refused, since you were planning on asking me out instead. Ever since then, she's been seeing me as her enemy, it seems. Her parents got divorced and her last name changed, which is why I didn't notice it was her until I actually met her in person.
What? The two of you knew each other? Damn it, I should have realized.
I think I already told you enough for you to guess where this is going. Apparently, Luisa got pregnant on purpose while knowing I was your fiancé. She was planning on stealing you from me from the start.
Huh?
She says that she's sorry for stealing your boyfriend. It looks like you were being targeted from the beginning. What a scary woman this Luisa of yours is.
This has to be a joke, right?
No, it isn't. Well, that's all I had to say to you. I'm canceling the marriage, and I'm going to make you two pay me an alimony.
Wait, hold on.
Please contact me through my lawyer from now on.
Your lawyer?
Well then, goodbye. This and that happened, but eventually the marriage between me and Flavio was successfully cancelled. Not only did I make him pay an alimony, but I also made him pay for all of the wedding ceremony's cancellation fees. Of course, I made Luisa pay me an alimony as well, just like I said I would. They were a bit uncooperative at the start, but I was successfully able to make them pay the alimonies up front. After that, it seems that Luisa and Flavio got married, but it was only then that Flavio's hell truly began. First of all, everyone in his company eventually found out about why his marriage was cancelled and talked about it behind his back, giving him cold looks everywhere he went. But since he had to earn enough money for his wife and soon-to-be-born child, he couldn't resign. When he goes home, his new, now fully mentally unstable wife would check all his stuff and even his smartphone to make sure that he wasn't cheating on her. Not only that, but naturally all of his siblings and his parents cut ties with him. Apparently, the two of them started going bald out of stress. I haven't told anyone about this, but I think that was the final piece of karma that came to them for doing what they did.
When are you moving out, Nikki? Aren't you embarrassed? Living with your parents at 30? Oh, yeah, I want to, but... If you want to move out, move out. It's a burden on the family having an out-of-work freeloader at home. Man, so that's what you think of me. Who wouldn't? Do you really not see yourself as a parasite? Staying at home all day, eating free food from the fridge? I know you're just staying there because you love living in a luxury condo. That's not at all what it is. I really do want to move out, but there's a reason I can't move out. What's the reason? Well, see? You can't tell me because you don't have one. You're just a sad old hag that mooches off your parents. You're going to be single for the rest of your life for sure. Really, Leah, that's not it. Stop making excuses. I'm giving it to you straight because I care about you. You're my big sis. You can't be jobless forever. Dad's going to retire soon. You need to grow up. I'm 10 years younger than you, and I'm living on my own, paying my own bills. I do have a job, you know. What a convenient time we live in, where any recluse can say they work from home. So you're working on your preachy short story again? You may fool Mom and Dad calling yourself a writer, but you're not fooling me. I'm really working. Stop doing this. I'm just looking out for Mom and Dad. Do you want Dad to have to work until he's 80? I understand where you're coming from. I admire the sentiment. It's just, well... Why can't you spit it out? What is wrong with you? You should go outside once in a while and interact with other human beings. Staying at home all day on your computer is obviously affecting your social skills. There's a whole world out there. Enjoy it. I go out. I do all the shopping for the house. That's the least you can do for being a freeloading parasite. You spend Mom and Dad's money on whatever you want. I saw the pile of beer cans you left in the kitchen. So disgusting. That wasn't mine. Then whose was it? Did a homeless guy get through security and come all the way up to the 34th floor? Stop making excuses and just do it. You're not getting any younger. All right, I'll think about it. That's what you always say. Stop putting it off and do it. I'm serious. I'll talk to Mom and Dad and then decide what to do. Hey, Mom. Leah won't stop bothering me about moving out. Can I just tell her? I'm so tired of this. Huh? Of course not. What would Leah do if she found out her father is unemployed? Yeah, but why do I have to pretend like I'm the one freeloading? You have a duty to your parents, Nikki. We raised you. Or you want to tell the whole world your father's business failed and he's jobless? I wouldn't go around telling people, but why can't Leah know? She's family. Why do you want to keep this from her? Leah's sensitive. She moved out right out of high school and she was such a daddy's girl. You can't even find a man to marry, staying at our house all these years, so stop complaining. You owe us. What? Whose fault do you think it is that I can't find a man to marry? It's been 6 years since Dad's company went bankrupt. You rely on me for everything and watch TV on the couch all day. You could at least clean up after yourselves. You're a famous author raking in the big bucks. A portion of that is ours, I'd say. We did raise you. I'd call it reimbursement. You are family, and I do want to help you and Dad out. But I don't think I owe you to a point where I pay for all of your living expenses. And I can't take pretending to be a freeloader anymore either, just because you don't want people to know the truth. Oh, really? So you don't care about Dad's social standing. This is how you're going to treat us. After we raised you and gave you the best life, it's time for you to pitch in. That's not what I'm saying. It's not fair that I make all the money and have to do all the cleaning and housework. You guys don't lift a finger. Paying for your rent and expenses aside, you treat me like a maid and say I owe you for raising you. You're such a disappointment. What would Dad think if he heard this? All our friends say their kids pitch in around the house. Oh, so me paying $8,000 for rent every month? That's not pitching in. You live here, right? I can't move anywhere because I have to pay $8,000 in rent for your place. If you guys could pay it on your own, I wouldn't be living here. Calm down, Nikki. You're so aggressive. Leah is such a sweet girl. And then there's you. I wonder where we went wrong. I don't need to listen to this crap. Fine, I'm moving out. All right, so you're abandoning us? I'm not abandoning anyone. Never mind, it's no use talking to you. Well then, get back to making dinner. Oh, and the light bulb in the bathroom is out. It needs to be changed. Oh, we're out of light bulbs, so you'll need to go buy some. Hey, parasite freeloader. You enjoying mooching off our parents and living it up on their dime? I've got news for you. I'm moving in with Mom and Dad, so you can get out. Awesome! So you're paying the $8,000 rent, right? Huh? You said you're moving in. That's great. I'm finally free. It was so tough pretending all the time. Wait, what? I have to pay the rent? Yeah. I've been paying their outrageous rent all this time. Huh? How can you afford $8,000 in rent? You don't even have a job. Oh, about that. Have you heard of Nina Diamond? What? Yeah, the award-winning self-help author, right? I have her book. So what? I wrote that. Yeah, right. Oh, that's hilarious. You're messing with me, right? You don't believe me, huh? I'll send you a pic of me at a book signing. Oh my gosh! So it's true? You're Nina Diamond? I'm shaking. This is insane! Of course you can't afford $8,000 in rent. Why would you hide this? I would have told everybody. Mom and Dad don't want people to know I'm paying for them. They're worried about how it looks. I don't get the whole social standing thing. Oh, wait. That doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't they want people to know you're a famous author? Dad makes good money. Dad's unemployed. His company declared bankruptcy almost 6 years ago. What? But he's president. Yeah, he was the president. But a business venture failed and the company went into debt. They had to declare bankruptcy. He's never gone back to work since. I've been stuck paying their rent, living expenses, everything since. Mom never worked, and she's not going to start now. 6 years ago is right around when I moved out. Why would they not tell me about this? You're a blab. They were worried you were going to tell our friends in our social circle. I was staying home pursuing my dream as a writer, and had just written my first bestseller. So it all fell on me. I'm not a blab. I don't think. Didn't you just say you would tell everybody if you were me? Oh, yeah, I guess I did. Hold on. So you're saying now I have to pay the rent instead of you? Yeah, you're kicking me out and taking my place living at Mom and Dad's, so that's what it entails. I tried my best to make it work, but Mom and Dad made zero effort to help with the rent or housework. It's really quite embarrassing to see your parents like that. Oh, Nikki, I'm sorry. You mean you've been pretending to be a freeloader all this time to hide the fact that Dad's company failed? That's right. For 6 long years. It was hell, I'm telling you. Being called a parasite freeloader old hag by my sister. I said I'm sorry! I didn't know, okay? Even if it were true, that's a little harsh. I really thought you were spending Mom and Dad's money for your ritzy lifestyle. I thought you were going to go through their savings and leave them in trouble for retirement. Well, I knew you were coming from a good place. You were worried about them. But seriously, what are you going to do? I don't know. I don't have 8K for rent. You found out the secret I've been keeping for 6 years now, so I guess it's about time. You really apologize for how you treated me, right? Of course. I'm really sorry. It's okay. You didn't know what was going on. So, let's both cut ties with Mom and Dad. Huh? I've had enough of those two. Remember those beer cans? All theirs. Oh, okay. I'm still confused about all this, and I can't start hating on Mom and Dad this second. Let me talk to them first and get back to you, okay? Oh, right. That's fine, but I'm done for sure. Can I come stay at your house tonight? I want to get out of here ASAP. Yeah, sure. Hey, Mom. Nikki told me everything. Is it true she's been paying the rent for the condo? Did Nikki tell you that? She told me everything. That she's a best-selling author, too. I was thinking, why don't we try helping Dad start his company again? I'll help. Leah, you're going to start with that, too? Look, your father is tired of working. Me too. We raised you, so now it's time you take care of us. I know, but... Then how about moving somewhere a little cheaper? Oh, so you don't want the best for your parents. You are both so ungrateful. I can't believe you'd treat us this way, after all we've done for you. That's not true at all. Nikki and I are both willing to help you out, so you guys could cooperate at least. Pitching in is a given. We raised you, we supported you, and now it's time you support us. You were such a good girl growing up. You weren't the one talking back all the time like Nikki. Is she manipulating you? Nikki was right. It's no use talking to you. And Dad never answers my calls. So us sisters made a pact. We're cutting ties with you for good. Huh? What are you talking about? We need Nikki. Huh? What about me? You can do whatever you want. You can't pay 8K in rent. Oh, so I don't matter because I can't pay your rent? That's it. I really wanted to be on your side. I've had it with you. Just convince Nikki to keep supporting us. No, I'm sorry, but Nikki and I are no longer your daughters. Don't contact us. Don't ask us for anything. Figure it out on your own, Mom. What about Nikki? Is she there with you? Let me speak to her. Nikki says she doesn't want to talk to you. She brought everything she needs for work to my house, so she won't be going back to your place. Oh, she says you can have all her clothes and belongings. Maybe you could sell them for rent? Wait, so you're abandoning your parents? That's right. I finally realize I have the worst parents ever. Immediately after Leah and I cut off our parents, they went broke and became homeless. I heard they're sleeping under a bridge somewhere. They used to call us over and over, but it's been a while since they've called. They probably ran out of money to pay their phone bill. I have no idea what they are doing or where. My sister and I reconciled and moved into a new house together to turn a new leaf. Leah's commute to work is a little longer now, but she says it's worth it to live with her favorite author. We did lose our parents, but it led to me regaining my bond with my sister, so I've never regretted it.